Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel like a real news show. We're like trying to get stories before, you know?
Jabes.
What is
Breaking news.
What is it?
Totally kidding. It's not breaking news, Jabes. It's not breaking news at all. I want to talk about Hugh Jackman.
I wasn't sure where
Hugh
you
Jacks.
were going.
Hugh Jack City. Look, I've said on the show for how many years at this point?
Every year.
That Hugh Jackman is a homosexual man.
Sure.
And there's been people that have been shocked by that. We're like, what? I don't understand. He's just really good at dancing and singing.
Dancing, singing.
Yeah. Yep,
acting.
Yep. He's really good at performing things that most dudes aren't good at.
Sure. And so it's just sort of like,
Married to he's a good-looking man, right?
Sure.
Married to a woman who is, well, would it be fair to say not attractive?
It'd be fair to say she used to be.
Okay. So Hugh Jack City has been married for, how many years? 20 years, you think? Something like that?
If not more.
And they have kids
Mm-hmm.
who are adopted.
Adopted.
So there was no intercourse going on to create those children. And 1 million people have hit me up in the last 24 hours saying, hey, man, did you see that new HBO movie, Bad Education?
Sure.
And I was like, no, I haven't seen it. So I did some research on it, and every review was like, oh, my gosh, Hugh Jackman, finally.
Role he was born to play.
He's finally going to get his Oscar.
Sure.
He's going to be nominated. He's going to.
Right.
This is it.
This
Hugh
is
Jack's. This is Hugh Jack's year.
Way out of his comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know?
And I was like, oh, shit. Well, I'll see it, because every review was lights out. And
sure.
I was like, dude, I'll watch this movie. The movie is called Bad Education. It's on HBO. I think, and I don't know, and I can't confirm this because of the pandemic shit, but like I heard the movie was shot for theaters, and then they eventually just put it on HBO because they were worried about the theatrical window and all that stuff. All that is happening right now, and all this is fairly new, you know? Because I saw no press for this whatsoever. I heard not one word about it until, boom, it just showed up on HBO. So I was like, all right, cool, man. All the listeners are hitting me up about it. I'll watch it. The reason why he could be nominated for an Oscar, it is a fantastic movie, so thank you for the recommendations, is that he's playing a gay man. A trapped gay man?
Sure. Closeted?
Closeted gay man, yeah.
Sure.
Correct.
Out of
Trapped,
his comfort zone.
Closeted, you know.
Had to train for years, possibly. He Daniel Day-Lewis this part, right?
For his whole lifetime.
For his whole life. They've got footage
when
of
he
him.
makes out with this young man in the movie, it was so real, it's almost as if he's done it before.
Sure. Not even one hint of uncomfortability, right?
No, not at all.
That wasn't the breaking news of the movie, but it was really good.
I figured with a title like UFOs are real, we might as well start with me being correct about Hugh Jackman. Go watch Bad Education. First of all, it's a fantastic movie. It really is.
Very good.
Thank you for the recommendations. I loved it. It was a really, really great movie.
What we're saying is
really well done.
He should always play a gay man because
yeah.
my God, I mean,
really good at it.
Greatest Showman, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like this is
gay man.
No, he was really good, and I have to say I've never thought of him as like a good actor.
Uh-huh.
You know, he's good for what he does. Like Wolverine, he's like, it was fine. And it worked, and he's always been good.
I have always thought of Hugh Jackman as a great actor. I really have. The roles he does, though, have not been Oscar worthy. But he's been in some great films. One of my favorites was that magic movie he was in. You know, where he was the magician.
What was that?
It was where he kept duplicating himself and then killing himself as the magician. He would drown himself in the tank.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like
it's really good, dude. And he was up against another magician. Yeah. I think it was Christian Bale, right? Yeah, The Prestige. That's it.
Okay.
Really good movie.
All right. So,
look, that Greatest Showman movie, he was lights out in that as well, and like our kids loved it, and I get it. I get the hype. It was the highest selling soundtrack, I think, next to The Lion King.
No, I get it. I get it.
The little tiny Lion King. Ooh, is that the Lion King?
Les Miserables.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
he was in Les Miserables.
Yet another singing role for a man, straight man in a movie. Broadway.
He loves pussy.
Yep. And he's always on Broadway. He's won a bunch of Tonys. He's probably fucked a bunch of Tonys as well.
You know, it was a weird one he was in was Chappie. Did you ever see
Chappie? You love Chappie. You're a big Chappie fan.
I was a Chappie fan.
Yeah.
I was a Chappie fan because it had Diane Antwoord in it. Yeah. So it was so fucking weird. He was good in that. He had a Tiger King do.
Right. What I didn't like was the robot movie where he was training a robot to fight to be a boxer. Do you remember that movie?
Ooh, now that.
Buddy of mine edited that. Shout out to Justin Shaw. I apologize. I'm shitting on that movie, Justin. I know you spent a good 2 years of your life on that, but the concept is super weird of a human teaching a robot how to fight in a real steel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, what was that
Again,
one? Butter.
Justin Shaw, I love you. You're my favorite. You're one of the very best editors.
Good
on the
in Butter.
Yeah, it's great. He's a great actor. He's just not necessarily straight, and he made out with this young man, and yes, does he deserve an Oscar for it? Sure, he's very brave. He's very brave, Japes.
Sure.
So you're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome for that.
Okay.
But we watched it, and look, we appreciate these recommendations. We've been getting a lot of them, so I want to tell you what you guys have sent in, and if we've seen it yet. Outer Banks keeps getting brought up to me, so. We'll have to peep it, and it's by people who don't live in North Carolina. So,
yeah,
right.
I know.
I'll take a look-sees at it. Dave, you've sent us. You obviously don't listen to the show. We love Dave. It's one of our favorite shows on TV. It's on FX and Hulu. It's about Lil Dicky. It's fantastic. It's one of the funniest shows on the planet right now. Yellowstone. We're trying to find. The Amazon wants to charge us for
I've bought every streaming app that you could possibly buy.
She really has.
Unbeknownst to Ross, a new streaming app I'll like watch something on it, and he's like, "What? We have this?" I'm like, "Yep, you do." And I do it for his own good, you know. But
the other one is Mindhunter.
Paramount, I don't have.
Don't have Paramount. Keep giving it a 5-star. We're only 38 reviews away from 1,000. So go to iTunes and hammer the 5-star button and just write a one-liner review. You can talk about the wine girls and Jessie's fame if you want. Do whatever you want. 15 million views her wine video is up to now. Proud of you. You're famous now, and we don't have to work anymore.
It just keeps going and going. So like I just stop like looking at 15 because it's just gonna get higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And higher.
We don't have to work anymore now that Jessie's made it. And
every
she's super
view
famous, and
is dollars.
We don't have to do anything anymore.
What if every view was $1?
What'd you get out of that? A case of wine? You think
we'll be getting some Pennsylvania wine.
Yeah, James.
Pretty excited about that.
You made it. You made it.
And just like a bunch of makeup Instagrams.
Ah, look at
like you know what I mean.
Yeah. Makeup tutorial Instagrams. Those are big.
Yes, that I love that are reposting it.
Yeah, they have millions of followers.
That was cool to me.
That's awesome. It's awesome. And if you're watching along live on YouTube, which we are every day, right around the noonish area, Eastern Standard Time, you notice I got a little tint to me, a little sun. I never stopped not going to the beach. I might even be a little pink. I might even have a little sunburn on me. Ooh. I've never stopped going to the beach. I've never believed in masks or anything during the coronavirus. Therefore, I have a sunburn, dude. I've just been going out living my life. and you're welcome for that. And if you're looking and you're looking at me, you're saying, "Hey, why isn't he wearing a hat today?" I've got a full fucking salad of hair.
Right.
I've always had a 5 head. Can't do anything about that. But I've always had this full fucking salad. And I was like, you know what? I got so sunburned on my forehead. I was like, I don't think I can wear a hat today.
Really?
Gorgeous
Does it
here.
hurt? Oh,
Yeah.
Ouchie.
Yeah. It is gorgeous here. And people are starting to head back to the beach. I was down there yesterday. And there's a bar at this pier. And again, the bar was open. People are drinking.
That's just the kind of bar that I'm
mid-afternoon on a Monday.
That I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Because I know they're out there. I know you're out there, you dives, you dirty dives.
So here's what so the top bar is named High Tide.
Yeah.
The bar on the pier, Low Tide. Perfect. Nailed it. Boom. You're done.
Is that new?
It's new. Yeah.
Okay.
New little bar. So it looks like it fits. So both sides open up. Probably put around 15 people there, but if you could circle around
it looks like a little kiosk.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I like it in the mall.
So cool.
It's nice. But people were drinking yesterday. People were back on the beach. It seemed
That's gonna get broken
life
up.
seemed normal down there. And that was nice.
And then I walked into Whole Foods today, and usually there's maybe a couple people without a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Not one.
Oh, everybody had a mask on?
Not one.
Yeah.
Well,
Not doing
I
it.
was the only one, and I was just looking around like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
I walked into 3 different stores today without a mask on. And I was like, I get the look, so like I'm over it. I just want to fucking reverse bird people, just.
Well, I just
Double
always
bird.
find the other person without a mask, like 1 or 2 people. It's either like an older guy that's like my dad that's like, don't fucking tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I live in America.
Yep.
And then there's like some other random girl that just like doesn't have it. So I always find those people, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I was like looking around in Whole Foods when I walked in. I was like looking for my
Your
one
people. Yeah.
my one per. It was just me.
You should have just walked around Whole Foods going like this, because they can't do anything back. They can't really say anything, or you can't see their mouth move, or you're just like, oh, just a bunch of like wrinkled eyebrows where you're like, ooh, because all their face is covered in mask, and it's just like, She just gave him a little,
Bro.
as you walked out with like, kombucha and shit, and a breakfast burrito. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Masky. And then just walked away.
I've never done that.
Really?
Move.
Give it a shot.
I've never done it. I've never done it in my life, even as a joke. I find it so disgusting. So disgusting. Thankfully, you're a guy. If I see a girl doing it, I puke. It's how I used to feel about Lady Boner before it made me some money. Do you know what I mean? Where I just like,
Give it a shot. Give
Nope.
it a shot tomorrow.
No, I'm good. I don't get it.
What do you mean?
I don't get it.
What do you mean?
I don't know what your problem is, Like, I do not get your fucking problem sometimes.
With what?
Just what is wrong with you sometimes?
Mentally?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to push it to the limits, James, and it's just like,
It's just like so gross. Like a lot of it, like what you do and what you say and what you think is funny is like a lot of times like cringy and gross.
So right before we went on air to that point, I will usually sing some type of song to get the people going in here, to get Alec going, because he sits about 5 feet in front of me. So if I'm going to be stared at like this all show, I want it to be smiles and laughter. Today's song was, I got a big old country boner and a pair of city balls. And that was today's song.
But that's funny.
To get it started, yeah. But so
that's
is
funny.
At the Whole Foods,
Mm-mm.
Like if somebody's lifting up like the hot soup bar, pouring corn chowder, and then you go, oh, hey, what's up? Is that corn chowder? And then just walking away, It'd be great.
Yep.
It'd be great. Especially if you were smoking during it too. If you were smoking a Capri 120, just took a huge inhale and then that floated out of there afterwards. It was like, oh shit. That'd be the topper. The topper, Jabes. And if you think this is gonna end, never. Never. You're talking about a man who has named his fantasy football team, just to gross everybody out, a man's warmth.
A man's?
A man's.
Oh, a man's warmth.
A man's warmth.
Oh, I think that's funny, though.
And everybody was like, Jesus Christ, that's disgusting. And I was like, what? There's nothing wrong with a man's warmth.
There is nothing wrong with that.
A man's warmth. James, you know there else there's nothing wrong with?
What?
Admitting that you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Today's going to be a big day for you. We're going to get you on the apology train and saying you were sorry to me.
Mm-hmm.
UFOs are real, and they were proven last night. Tom DeLonge from Blink-182, lead singer. I want to say I'm sorry, man. We made fun of you. He was on Rogan saying that the aliens are real. Nobody believes me. I've been getting these calls from the Pentagon, and you don't understand what my life is like. He was right.
Yeah.
Have you seen the footage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Jamie, roll that footage for Jessie of the aliens, please.
Yeah, what is flying there? Well, the Defense Department has now declassified 3 U.S. Navy videos of UFOs. And of course, UFO means that they are objects that are not identified, not that they're actually alien spacecraft. But it makes you wonder, what is it? The videos were previously leaked and published by the New York Times. The Pentagon says it has now officially released these videos to clear up any confusion about whether they are real or they're fake. As for what those objects are, still a mystery, but the pilots behind that video sure are excited about it.
Man, they're excited.
Not sure what they are.
The people are. So here's the thing. I think they got outed last night. Like, something must have happened, and they were like, hey, we're going to leak this. It turns out the United States in 2017 or 2018 had spent $22 million investigating these UFOs because they can't figure out what they are, where they're coming from, blah, blah, blah. And I think their hand got forced yesterday. We live in a society where everything gets leaked nowadays. And the UFO thing, I think has become too big. Everybody keeps talking about seeing these cigar-shaped flying objects in these cities. And, like, the reports are coming in more and more and more now. And I think somebody did some investigating, and they were like, all right, fuck it. We've got to come out and say, here's the deal, man. Yes, they're real. We don't know what they are, and we've been spending money on them, specifically $22 million on this programs. Now, they're not calling them UFOs. They're calling them UFAs, like unidentified flying aircraft or aerial devices or something.
Aerial.
UFAF or something. Yeah, something like that. And it's like, all right, cool.
Something.
What I love is, because they had the Navy pilot on yesterday on CNN. And what I love, especially about these videos and what you just heard in the description, was the crazy excitement and, like, disbelief in the pilots' voices, where they're just like, holy shit, what is this? The other part that I love about that video is that there's saucers. Like, those are clearly saucers, like we have seen for years and years and years. And we were right. We were right, James. Yep. And you're still not believing any of this.
Look, I'm not what you call I'm just not a news believer anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just not a news believer. I don't believe any of it.
So,
like,
all
news,
of that.
any news.
The guy from the Navy who was on the news last night on
any news.
Okay.
So none.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just not a news believer, you know?
Sure. So what do you think that was?
I don't know. Why weren't they, like, scared?
They were. I mean, they were clearly screaming.
No, they were, like, laughing.
No, in the other videos, the guy's like, "Holy shit, they're coming one by one. We can't do anything." And it's like, and they're trying to track them over and over and over again, and he's just like, "We can't do anything."
And then the, like, newscasters are laughing.
Well, the newscasters are laughing at how crazy this is. Like, they were laughing of like, "Oh, listen to how excited that guy is." Shit, wouldn't you be if you were in a fucking plane and you saw a UFO? Like, that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think it is, and what do you think they're doing?
We had John Brenkus on Drinkin Bros, and we did a conspiracy show about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. We asked him about aliens. He's produced like 90 of those shows for Sci-Fi. He also did ESPN Sports Science. He's a sports science guy on that, and he says, yes, I believe that there is aircraft, but he goes, I believe that they are unmanned. He's like, if you're telling me there's like a little man driving in, he's like,
yeah.
No, but he goes, yes, I do believe there is aircraft from other planets and all that other shit, and I do as well. I don't know if there's anybody in these. Like, to be honest with you, the weirder part
is
to me
is it some kind of surveillance that we're doing on ourselves?
No.
Okay.
Because why release it to the world?
I just think that a lot of people don't communicate with each other. Lots of branches and things and people and countries.
No, because look.
Like, we don't even know if Kim Jong-un is alive.
No.
Like, we don't sometimes tell each other what the fuck we're doing.
I understand that.
I don't know.
The government would know. The other thing is,
would they?
Why wouldn't they fire on this? Why wouldn't they try to shoot it down, I guess?
Because it may be one of ours.
It's too fast. Alec is saying it's too fast. And that's what the pilot said. The pilot said it was too fast. We can't do anything about this except for track it. But it was moving 1,000 miles per second is what he was saying. So, like, yeah, it's hard to track. Look, there's no way we're alone in this galaxy.
I don't think that we are.
There's a trillion planets out there, and I bet you there's fucking the shit that we've sent out to space. Other planets are looking at it and they're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Yeah, like I do not believe that we're alone in the universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe that they've been here. Maybe a craft, maybe a weird drone like thing that's way more sophisticated than anything we have. I don't know.
Somebody said that math might be a little off, Alec. 1,000 miles an hour.
Well, Bob Lazar said they're moving literally like hundreds of miles.
Bob Lazar said that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe.
On Joe Rogan says too.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar said it, guys.
Yeah. Either way, the footage is fascinating. And, to spend $22 million on this, clearly something else is going on here.
Yeah.
But it'd be awesome if we were able to shoot one down and one of them crashed.
And then we could see what it is.
Because Roswell was the last time, that we have a crash saucer, and we were able to get that. So, it'd be nice to have another one.
Yeah, and that's when I shut down. And that's where it always goes, doesn't it? That's where it always goes. I just need like a real rational,
those videos. I love how those videos weren't enough for you. That you just
I've
don't
already told you.
them.
You've asked me this a million times, and you're like, "What is it gonna take?"
I just showed you.
I will have
declassified footage from the Pentagon.
I will have to either
from the Department of Defense.
See it for myself, or it will have to be a big enough story.
All right.
That I pay attention.
Okay.
Like, it will have to be a big enough story that Hoda's talking about it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Where it's just it's just a common thing. Like, yeah. There's
they
aliens.
weren't talking about it this morning, but
no, they weren't.
Yeah, dude, everybody was talking about the aliens.
Hoda wasn't.
Hoda wasn't. Okay.
No,
right.
The Today Show wasn't.
Sure. So when the Today Show is, that's when you start taking shit seriously.
Yeah, when it becomes something that's just like, yeah, that was something we used to not believe in, right? And now we all do, and that's just how it goes.
They're here, Jessie. They're
this
probably
whole shit of we can't tell you. Oh, it's unclassified. Oh, now we're classifying. Oh, now we're releasing it. Like, why? If it is what it is, why can't we know?
There's aliens out there, and they're eating potato salad right now in Oklahoma. And Jessie doesn't want to accept the truth.
No.
So.
Not a news believer.
No, not at all.
What I mean? No. Not a big news believer. And you guys get it. At this point, isn't it easier to just be not a news believer.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes, at this point today, in
Sure.
this quarantine, in this life, there's nothing you can put.
Not a news believer.
There's no news you can tell me that I'm going to believe. I don't know when I'm going to be able to leave my house. I don't know
you
how.
heard it here, folks. She's not a news believer. So,
come with me.
breaking news, by the way. The Blue Angels, the Navy Blue Angels and Air Force Thunderbirds are flying over New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania right now, and a salute to our first responders. That's pretty cool, man.
I like that.
Yeah, that's going on. That's going down right now. That's funny. People were posting this, and they were like, "Dude, what is going on here?" That's awesome. That's really cool. If you get a chance to look at that footage, it's up online now. But rad. Blue Angels, brother.
Oops, rad.
So, Jabes, you're not a news believer. Let's get back into something you do believe. All right, The Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
Yeah, the new show is terrible, by the way.
Horrible. Listen to your badge.
Yeah, listen to your heart.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Gosh.
What
can I say?
Does Jed get credit for this? The Nashville singer who snowed over Hannah B?
Yeah. So Tyler C., the prince of The Bachelor at this point, the reigning prince.
Yes.
Prince and princess
Yep.
are Tyler C. and Hannah Brown, who
Yes.
are living together.
What?
Yes.
I did not know this.
Oh, yes. So here's a fun little thing about The Bachelor. So after The Bachelor ended,
Yeah.
they all Hannah and Tyler made this like TikTok house in Florida. So they quarantined together with like 3 or 4 other minor internet celebrities. And they have like a quarantine TikTok house, and they just like churn out TikTok videos together, but they're not together.
Tyler C. and Hannah?
Tyler C. and Hannah. They're together.
Yeesh.
They're not together. I don't know.
Yeah.
The other couple that are TikTok housing, quarantining together is Peter, the piece of shit,
The Pumpkin Eater?
pumpkin eater pilot, and Kelly.
Who's Kelly? Oh, really?
Yeah, the one he should have picked even before the...
Both of them should have picked those two people.
Exactly. So they're with the people they should have been with in a TikTok house with like 4 or 5, both of them, and they have dueling TikTok houses in quarantine.
But they're not living together.
No, so they're dueling on TikTok for more views and whatever. So they're like all just churning out
Got it.
fucking content in their quarantine house. We're all over it at this point.
Right.
But that's their deal. And he tweeted out, I think Jed should get, or does Jed get producer credit for this? Because this is his whole vibe.
Yeah.
And it's true, because it's just like the guys can like kind of sing, right? It's a very breathy, mostly guitar.
Yeah.
Like it's guys that like pull out a guitar at a party and you're like, they're okay. Like,
they
this is
definitely
nice.
can't
I'm
sing.
drunk enough, and like the guitar sounds good, so you kind of tune out the like breathy man singing.
Yeah, they're terrible.
So that's all the guys.
They're terrible singers.
Yeah. They don't have any sort of career whatsoever in the music business.
No.
And then the girls sing like Rihanna sometimes in karaoke, mediocre, like fun. And they are coupling up. It's more like Paradise than Bachelor, because in Paradise they have to like, the only way you can stay is if you're like in a couple. So you end up like fake being with a couple so that you can like work on a relationship with someone else. That kind of fucking bullshit.
Sure.
And then they perform horribly.
Yeah.
And people like Kesha and
Oof. Kesha looks rough.
who was the other one that I couldn't?
I don't know. I had a hard time. I was like, "Is that Kesha?" It looks like
I think
that
she
used to be
looks
Kesha
good.
at some point.
I think she looks good.
Yeesh.
I think she's looked horrible, and I think she looks healthy and good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Good for her.
She's looked
Live
like
your
shit
truth. Live
before.
your truth. I thought she looked fine in that. What was the last song that she had that was huge? Praying.
Praying, yeah.
I just looked fine in that video.
I don't know. She looked like sad, unhealthy.
I think she looked fine.
Okay.
She looks weird now.
Okay.
Dark hair on fair skin is not a.
It's a look. You have to be. It's a look.
It's hard to pull off.
It's hard to pull off.
It's
Some people
really-
can do it.
You need red hair with a sitch like that. But if you got fair skin, red hair is the only. That's the only way you can pull that off.
Red, like what color?
Every
a
red-haired person has got fair skin, like because they
Oh,
can't go
like
out in the sun.
like a for real
Yeah,
ginger.
Like a ginger, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
when you go black like that against your skin, if you go a dark black against your skin, oof,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Sure.
That is nut tough, you know? So we tried to give it a couple episodes and gozies on that thing, and not gonna happen.
The only funny part about it is that you'll be in a relationship with someone and then they'll kind of break off and be with someone else, but you could hear them singing and practicing all throughout the house. So the only funny scene was this one girl that had been left by a guy, and she's just crying and drinking, and you can hear in the background him and the new girl singing together like this love song.
Yeah.
She's just like slowly getting like crazier and crazier. I don't know how, because they only have a 2-drink limit an hour, but I guess some girls can
really
get drunk off that. I have no idea.
Because there's like a 21-year-old girl in there. It's just like, I'm so sick of dating and love, and she's like, you're fucking 21, dude.
Yeah, she's 21, and she said the phrase like, why does this keep happening to me? And you just kind of wonder at 21.
Like,
what is it that keeps happening to you?
What kept happening to you for the last 4 years of your life?
So she found out like the guy that she's with had cheated on one of his girlfriends that he's had in the past. Not her.
No, of course not.
A girlfriend in the past.
You bet.
And she said, why does this keep happening to me? So she's one of those, right? That like every situation happens to her.
If you're 21 years old, and that keeps happening to you, it's going to be a long life. Goose tits, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, oof, good luck with that.
She's also like one of those really like skinny, young, pretty, good-looking people that are just like super insecure. And like they just don't really know how to love themselves.
Right.
I'm not prepared. Right? And you're like, whoa, I thought you were fucking insecure. It was like Victoria F, right? Yeah. Like, was like, I'm just like, I don't like the stage. And then like she gets on the runway and is like,
she's
like
fucking half
grabs
naked,
the guy,
huge
fucking kissing
tits,
him. We're like, I'm not buying that you're insecure. Like,
Nope.
I know it makes you look better if you are insecure, and it's quote unquote endearing.
Yeah.
Some of us have real fucking reasons to be insecure.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Homegirl gets on the stage last night, half her pussy's hanging out of
Half
her
her
dress.
pussy's
and you're
hanging
just
out.
like, huh?
She's perfect.
You're insecure?
Young, long hair.
Yeah.
Just like, I just like I've never known how to love myself.
Yeah, exactly. Just bust into a song.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You're like, come on, man.
She leaves the guy behind. It's like, I'm just so insecure. It's like,
I like how you turned that into a female Michael McDonald.
oh, do you like that? Yeah, I like to go
so insecure.
I like to go lower.
Yeah.
My singing voice has an accent.
Okay. What accent is it?
Whoa.
Oh,
I go like, I keep
you
it
go
like
inner.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, they say to like sing from the diaphragm or
Diaphragm,
whatever.
yeah.
I keep it right here. Do you know what I mean? So I like don't actually.
Right in the Adam's apple. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like low and high at the same time.
I'm just so insecure.
Yeah.
And my baby knows.
Yeah.
Why my baby know I'm insecure.
Can you see my pussy? Can you see? Listen to your veg.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
It'll
dun,
spread
dun.
you apart.
This
Listen
is
to
the
your
musical.
vag.
This is the musical episode.
Yeah. You can buy Listen to Your Vag on iTunes right now. The album's called Labia.
Dude, if you want that as a ringtone, listen to your veg. Who wouldn't?
That or I'm just so insecure.
Yeah. I was really not prepared. I'm so into you. Yeah. I just can't do it. I can't love myself. I can't be on stage. I just can't do it.
Oh, what a crazy show. And then you have the one guy who looked like Momoa on there, Jason Momoa, Aquaman.
Ooh.
That guy.
A great value. A great value version.
Value pick, yeah.
What?
Just a value pick. Can't have the real Momoa? Congratulations. You can get this one.
You can
for
get the great value.
a couple nights.
Which, as anyone who shops at Walmart knows, that's their brand.
Tell him to sing James Taylor, and he'll be boning you by midnight.
He's one of those that's like from far away. You could be like, is he? And then you get close and you're like, nope.
Yep.
One of those.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain. You're like, ugh. You know?
Uh-huh.
And you're just like, get the fuck out of here, hombre.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Definitely. So.
And he's one of those dudes who looks 38 and he's 22 or 23, and you're just like, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
So, long life. Long life.
It's going to be a long life. Kristen Cavallari's gotten a little bit messier, and Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green. Goodbye.
Well, I knew that was going to happen.
And why?
I knew Bag was going to leave Megan Fox. It's Brian Austin Green, by the way. It's short for Brian Austin Green. Bag.
Who was I calling? How I was calling Hugh Jackman last night.
Huge.
Yeah. Anyway, you were not liking
I
it.
knew Megan Fox was going to leave Bag. I knew that.
I
was
thought
going
you
down.
were saying that he was going to leave her.
Both. He's one of those guys, old school Renaissance poonhound, right? Very similar to Jay Cutler.
Definitely getting better with age. Him.
Well, here's the other part about it is same with Jay Cutler and Kristen Cavallari. Very similar dudes in this situation. They've been famous and they've had a fuck ton of money for a very long time.
Sure.
They've had every piece of pussy you could ever fucking dream of. So, like, to them, it's just like, all right, cool, man. So, like, usually most girls, it would work during a fight where it's like, I could go out and get anyone, and you're going to miss this pussy, blah, blah, blah. Especially in Megan Fox's case and Kristen Cavallari. They've
Is
been
that
hot
what you
forever.
say in a fight?
A lot of girls have said that. And they're just like, you can fucking go out and get it. And you're just like, all right, cool, man. Those guys, though, have mowed every last piece of fucking trim there is. And they're just like, great, man. Go and do that. Like, I'm still Jay Cutler. I'm still Brian Austin Green. I don't give a fuck. Like, go and do that if you want. You know what I'm saying? And Brian Austin Green, you're right, keeps getting better looking with age. Jay Cutler looks the fucking same, essentially.
He looks the same. He actually looks better older.
Yeah.
I see, like, as he's getting older.
So these guys just don't care. And somebody online yesterday was like, hey, guys, I knew this was going to happen. She's going to take him for half his money. No, she was rich before that, too. She's got money. She's fine as well. So that was a genuine relationship. He ended up banging the best friend. Is that what happened? Is that what you were getting into today?
That Brian Austin Green did?
No, Cutler.
No. It's just they're like, we are lovingly
divorcing is no longer.
No longer, and was never. So apparently he's the one that filed, and she is saying that he she cited
Thomas Jefferson? Misconduct.
Misconduct.
There you go.
In the marriage.
Ooh, I'm putting on some chapstick for this one.
Ooh, look at
What is
you.
misconduct in the marriage? What does that mean? He was porking someone?
Well, they're not saying that, and also she wants sole custody, and he's trying to get sole custody, and so, like, it's not actually.
Ooh, that's messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you if it's all fucking sweet and good, you co-parent, you get divorced. She's saying they've been separated since the 8th. He put in his papers. They've been separated since the 21st. He's the one that filed first. And it seems like he filed and then she, in retaliation, filed and said,
Got it.
So Cavallari reportedly added any misconduct alleged or implied against her in the complaint for divorce was in response to and as a result of misconduct on the behalf of the husband. So when he filed, he said she misconduct.
That's a hard word for you.
Really
today.
hard.
Yeah.
Every word is.
Okay.
Hard
Misconduct. Yes.
for me.
Yep.
To say.
So
it's just messy. It's like
I love
that
a nice
stupid
definition
fucking,
of that.
What?
What that actually means.
Well, you could say irreconcilable differences.
Right.
You can say all these like normal things that make it okay to divorce and co-parent and all these things. There's no reason to say that there was
misconduct.
So on both sides.
Yeah.
And I think you can say infidelity, right?
I'm not sure how that works.
I think you can.
No. Never been married before. So
We've never been divorced.
Divorced yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
So
yet,
yeah, I don't know.
yet.
I don't know what that definition is, or what the end goal is of something like that, because that's going to set you up for something real nasty, especially if there was no prenup. So we'll see. Maybe maybe there was a clause in the prenup that said, hey, if this is for misconduct, this is your way out of it.
I guess.
Because J Cuts is worth, what, 126 million? And then whatever they're getting off the show.
Yeah.
How long has that show been on the air?
I think it's like 3 or 4 seasons.
Okay. Yeah. There's some decent coin there all the way around. The Bag one, Brian Austin Green and Megan Fox, they've been on the outs forever. And they were getting divorced before, and then they ended up
they didn't.
having a kid, got back together, I think had another kid, and then now it's just kind of like, all right, sweet.
We've had all the kids that we can have to try and save this marriage.
Yeah, and we can't do it.
By the way, I
weird
never.
thumbs.
Yeah, she does.
Little hammer thumbs.
Little hammer thumbs, but they both like look so good.
Yeah, both great looking
It's
people.
insane.
I know.
But I guess that doesn't really matter, does it?
No, and you should just listen to your heart.
Insecure. Some of us are just insecure.
Yeah.
Right?
But
I don't think I've ever said to anyone ever, like, I could just go out and ever.
So I don't think either of them are going to have a hard time. All 4 of them are going to have a hard time moving on.
No, I mean, and they're youngish, right? Like, besides Bag.
Yeah. Bag's got to be, what, late 40s probably?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, like.
But he looks great.
Megan, he's getting better with age.
Yeah.
But, like, Cavallari's 33, Cutler's 36. Like, you're good.
Yeah, they're going to be fine.
You haven't even reached peak daddy.
No.
Like,
he's good.
45, he's going to be like, kill. Insecure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So all 4 of them are fine.
They're fine. It's just interessant that in these quarantines we.
Yeah. We're there. We're there, though, Jabes.
What?
You know? Quarantine, splitting people up.
Mm-hmm.
People are getting sick of each other.
Yes.
Tired of the bullshits.
Yes.
Tired of using the same mustard on the old hot dog, if you know what I'm saying. What, Jace? That's what they call having extramarital affairs. Putting a little mustard on someone else's hot dog.
A different type of mustard on
Yeah, getting a different Kobayashi in the bedroom. Different chestnuts in the bedroom. You get that wiener gobbled by someone else. The quarantine. That's real, by the way. The quarantine divorce thing. Mm-hmm. They're expecting. All these lawyers are expecting a flood. Divorce attorneys of filings as soon as this quarantine is over.
I've taken a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Just a meeting. You know what I mean? Just to kind of see what my options are.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Please.
We have no prenup either, so you could
just
take everything.
Way too fucking entwined, dude.
You could take everything at this point. So.
No, I think you can just take 50%.
Oh, is that it? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Listen to your heart.
If you're insecure.
Yep. Got to pull out my pork sword for our sponsors, Jabes. We got some sponsors who pay for this whole tiny magic ship to be on the air. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. That's the next thing we'll prove is ghosts. We proved aliens last night. We're going to prove ghosts next.
Oof.
Yeah.
Eesh.
Ghosts are real, Jabes. But I think they're part of the simulation. I think they're part of the sim world. You know? Mm-hmm. And if you're trying to attract a ghost, you might as well get a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Everybody's using that 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest. Because you get 25% off, and you can use that with it. And it's like, fuck. Yeah, for $20, I'll do it.
Sure.
I'll absolutely do it.
Sure.
They're still running that deal, by the way, of free. If you're military or first responder out there, and you want a free cover for your mattress, you can email drinkinbros@ghostbed.com, and they'll send you a free one. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, if you're the first.
First 10 today. First 10 today. Go ahead and do it.
Okay.
First 10 they're going to do. If you're military or first responder, they're going to send you a free cover. Just email drinkinbros@ghostbed.com, and they will send you a free cover. No strings attached either. They're just like, hey, fuck it. But they're everywhere, dude. I had an NFL player hit me up yesterday. It was like, yo, dude, I didn't know Ghostbed was like your main sponsor. I was like, yeah. It's like, yo, you hook it up? And I was like, yo, let's do it. You going to come on the show? And he goes, yeah. I was like, all right, cool, man. Cool. I was like, we can do it bed to bed if you want.
Right.
I'll set up a camera on my ghost bed. You can set up one on yours.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
We'll go spread eggs. Taint to taints. Yeah, I've been using that Manscaped. From Manscaped.com. We'll go taint to taint right in that camera. Right down the barrel. Boom. Alec, would you do that? Would you DP it? A taint to taint episode? You gotta man that camera, dude. You gotta zoom in right on that taint. I want to see that line. Looks like a little zipper, you know? Looks like a little gimp mask. That is the mouth zip. It's right down that taint. Keeps everything together. You know it's stitched up down there, right? For dudes, there's a little stitching down there underneath there. It's real. It's your skin. So, James isn't having it today. Next up, we've got expressvpn.com/revolution. Taints have, there's a lining on it, like a football, like a baseball. It's got stitching like a baseball on it. It does. You know?
I fucking hate you so much.
expressvpn.com/revolution. Love these guys, man.
We need it more than ever these days.
I know. Everybody's trying to hack into our shit. If I get one more fucking weird email about asking for shit or somebody else trying to... There's a fucking dude on Drinkin Bros, man, who duplicated our feed on iTunes. So there's like an extra feed. Mm-hmm. I had to go through some legal thing last night with iTunes and try to get this feed taken down. And this guy claims it's like somebody else did it. And I was like, no, motherfucker, you did it. Like... turns out you can't say the word motherfucker to Apple's attorneys. Ooh. Or they're not real keen on that. Ooh. But if I didn't have expressvpn.com/revolution, people would be all in my shit, dude. I'd be everywhere, dude. People trying to hack into it, everything. So if you don't have it, get it. Everybody needs a form of VPN in their life. I cannot stress this enough. $7 runs in the background of your iPhones, iPads, laptops,
any device that you want
desktop,
to
any
protect.
device. And you can beat all the firewalls at work, which is fucking dope as shit.
You can beat off what?
Yeah, you can beat off to all the firewalls at work.
Oh.
So everything that your boss is blocking from you, porn sites, bring them up. You can block, you can beat everything. So, you know, and that's around the world, by the way. So if you're around the world, if you're serving overseas right now and you're like, yo, I'm going to eat porn and shit on my phone and all that stuff. Get expressvpn.com/revolution. You're good to go, Jabes. $7 a month. If you sign up for a year, you get 3 months free. Go to expressvpn.com/revolution today. Next up, we get strikeforceenergy.com, Jabes.
They could charge a lot more than that. Just saying, but go ahead. Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers.
No carbs, no sugars, nothing. Mustard, really?
Can't tell me nothing.
Look, it lasts longer than 5-hour energy. Tasty, tiny little 10 pouch. You rip it open and squeeze it into any liquid available. Ooh. Boom. You're good to go for the rest of the day. Try it in White Claw. It's not sweet enough for me. That's why I'm a little Truly girl. And I'm switched to Truly. I'm a little Truly girl. I sent them a DM last night, and I said, dude, I want to be a little Truly girl. And they did not respond to me.
They didn't?
Go to @Truly on Instagram and just keep hashtagging make Ross Patterson a Truly girl. That's all I want, is for them to be a sponsor. Because they go great with all of this shit. So put a little Strike Force in there until you're good to go, man. Keep you rocking, especially now that the beaches are open. It's hot outside. Quarantine's over. Tell your governor to go fuck himself. I have with Roy Cooper I'm drinking Strike Force and getting wet. Get my beak wet this weekend. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Promo code Revolution, 20% off. They ship everywhere in the entire world, and they have a subscription. Last but not least, StraightRazors.com.
Ooh, that's a clean cut. Smooth. Oh, you right?
Yikes, James.
Jesus, that was not good.
Did
That
you
was not
taste your
good.
breakfast on that one?
That was not good.
Did you taste your breakfast on that one?
No, nothing came up.
All right. Just rechew it. I don't want to see it. StraightRazors.com's got everything you need to be a real man in this life, James.
Need to burp. The
stores are out of razors. And you need to shave. You need to shave down there in your nethers. Go to StraightRazors.com. Everything you need to be a real man in this life. They got it there, man. Shave up. Stores are still out of it. Diapers, toilet paper, and razors are still out of. I was there 3 different stores this morning. Crazy. Promo code Revolution at StraightRazors.com, Jabes. I want to give some shine to Post Malone. Not that I don't already, but
that every day.
I do that every day. The guy just continuously does awesome shit. He did just a cover live show of Nirvana on Friday night.
So crazy.
And it was all for charity on YouTube. All you had to do was donate. It is raised already $5 million. And he crushed it. And he did it in his fucking basement of his house with Travis Barker and somebody else.
So good.
It's amazing. The guy
He's just like a fucking talented motherfucker.
It's just, he's rad. He's
just
fucking
rad. He's wearing a dress.
Well, because that's what Cobain used to
Totally.
wear. So
It was just like perfect
great.
though.
Mm-hmm. Even Chris, the former guitarist, wrote in and was just like, and Courtney Love, when they were just like, dude, this is fucking amazing. This gives me goosebumps. I'm so excited you did this.
What did Kurt say?
Universally, Kurt did not say anything. His head was blown off. So, yeah, strange. Wasn't able to say anything. Kurt Cobain. Yeah, he didn't have any words for that.
He was supposed to make it funny. He made it like very dark. Like we all know, bro. Jeez. Just tee him up and he just fucking.
What were you hoping for? Kurt said it smells like Teen Spirit.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Like
know?
something funny.
Kurt
Not
said,
like, Kurt said nothing because his head is blown off. Like how we fucking know, dude. Oh.
Kurt Cobain, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Kurt.
You know,
Kurt.
he was right. He was right in that assessment. Yeah.
Oh.
No, he still has not released a statement.
What did Kurt say? Kurt didn't say anything because his head's blown off. Fucking joke killer. Joke killer.
You're welcome, James. But it's great. And they left it up on YouTube. So some of these live things are just kind of taking down and that's it. You don't get to see them.
Yeah.
They left this up because a lot of people were asking us about the
'Cause it was so
NFL
good.
draft the other night. They were like,
Yeah.
hey, did you leave that up? I was like, no, we did not. I went off in some fucking crazy rants and shit. And it was just like, it was so out of control. It's one of those things where it was like, cool, man. This probably shouldn't be up forever. Dan at the end of that episode got super drunk and was just shouting obscenities. And it was great. But you had to be there for that. You can't.
Sure.
That's part of the magic.
It's a once in a lifetime.
And it was definitely not for charity, or else we would have. But
Sure.
Post Malone left his up. So if you want to go, just type in like Post Malone and Nirvana. You can watch that video. It was like an hour and a half of him playing, and it was great. It was fantastic. What are you laughing at? Kurt Cobain blowing his brains out? It got you, didn't it?
No.
What?
That's not funny.
I got you, James. Speaking of live videos that will not be able to be shown again, or that will never be shown again, this versus battle has become a huge thing on Instagram Live.
Okay.
And it started with Timbaland and somebody else. I forget. And then like Scott Storch and them did it. And this Thursday night at 8 p.m. on Instagram Live, the last week's broke. It fucking broke Instagram. It was at 500,000 views when I tuned in. It was Babyface versus somebody, and it was gnarly. Where you were just like, oh shit, like you forget Babyface did all those like TLC songs and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
So like it at 500,000, it just imploded.
Yeah.
Instagram is not prepared for this type of viewership at all. I can't imagine what this Thursdays is going to be. This is a great one. Bone Thugs and Harmony.
And I'm a mad body.
And I'm a mad body. And I'm a mad body. I miss my dog and my Uncle Charles, y'all. They are battling 3-6 Mafia. Everything I've been popping my collar, popping my collar.
Oh, 36 Mafia.
Yeah. The 3-6 Mafia Oscar winners. 3-6 Mafia.
From what?
Fucking Hustle and Flow, dude.
Really?
Yeah. They won best song.
For what?
For Hustle and Flow.
For the main one that she sang, that girl?
Yeah. You know it's
hard out here for a pill.
Just
trying to make a money on the hand.
Yeah.
I got the Cadillac and gas money spent.
Yeah.
On a whole lot of bitches jumping ship. That one?
Yeah.
I do love a Hustle and Flow.
Yeah, what was the name? Yeah, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, it is. You're right about that.
They have that. They have Poppin' My Collar. They surprisingly have a lot of hits. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to say Bone Thugs. The child in me is going to have to say Bone Thugs.
I think you might be surprised. I think you might be surprised.
No way.
Yeah. I think when
Boom, 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 boom. Now tell me what you gonna do.
Boom. This really is a musical episode.
Yeah.
We've literally sang every story.
Come on, dude. So who do you got? Bone Thugs versus 3-6 Mafia?
I'm going to say 36 Mafia.
I'm going to say Bone Thugs.
Going to surprise you. I think they might surprise you where you go, oh shit, like that.
It's going to surprise you.
I think Bone Thugs, we know what Bone Thugs does. We've been there. That's high school, right?
No.
But I think 3-6 might be like, oh shit, that's them. Oh shit, that's them. Oh shit.
Maybe.
Shit. That's the surprise factor is going to get you on that one.
Maybe. I'm going to go Bone Thugs. I wonder what people shout it out in the comments on YouTube, by the way, if you got Bone Thugs or if you got 3-6 Mafia. I'm gonna. Do you remember that song with Tupac too? What Bone Thugs did?
Which one?
Oh, I'd have to play it. It's so goddamn good. As soon as the opening hits, it's a banger, dude. It is a banger.
Oh, okay.
So I'm excited for that. But that I will predict this. That you'll probably see 10 minutes of that and it'll break. I don't think Instagram.
It's too much.
There's no way Instagram will be prepared for that.
Yeah.
I mean, if Babyface broke it, Bone Thugs and 3-6 Mafia will certainly break it.
Yeah.
But I'm amped about it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll give it a go-sies on Thursday night.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, dude. And I know there's a bunch of Hollywood studios trying to make this into a TV show. This is Versus. So
Oh yeah, but they're gonna fucking ruin it.
You're good to go.
It's gonna be white people making it. It's gonna be Chrissy Teigen fucking somehow hosting, and they're just gonna fucking ruin it.
So far, they have not sold it.
It needs to stay.
They have not
the way
sold
that
it.
is.
Yeah. Howard Stern, by the way, came out yesterday and is all in on Joe Biden. Surprised by that?
Yeah.
I am too. He was friends with Trump for years and years and years and years.
Friends-ish. I think he liked him on his show. But I just never saw him as a political person in general, right?
Who?
Howard Stern?
Yeah. I would say this.
Very left or?
No. Here's the thing. I think this is my genuine feeling about Howard Stern. First of all, he's the greatest of all time in this realm. And if we don't bow down to him for all of this shit, he's the dude who did all this, including this shock jock type of radio where you can say whatever the fuck you want and all that shit. He's the guy.
Okay.
That being said, I don't think he anticipated this type of success, and I think he feels guilty about the money he's making now. Here's what happens to everybody who gets that rich. They feel guilty about it and then go left. like we want to help people and fucking give money away and do all this shit because they feel like they don't deserve all of this money, and why me versus someone else, right? And that is the vibe I get out of Howard Stern later in life, whereas earlier, he didn't give a fuck.
Oh, okay.
Now he does, and he's older. He's, 67 now? He's 67 years old. So it's one of those things where he's probably looking back at his life being like, how do I have so much? And now he's in New York City. Everybody's dying, and, fucking.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
That's just the vibe I got.
It happens.
He was married to Homegirl and then married younger afterwards. And they have like 26 cats or something.
He's married to the same person.
Beth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his second wife. The first one who was with him forever, they got divorced. Did you see the movie? See Private Parts?
Yeah, I thought that was her.
No. That is the new wife he's got.
Oh, he got the new one.
Yes. So the new one, and it's, I think they have something crazy like 26 cats now or something.
Oh yeah, no, they are a cat adoption like household. So they like foster cats for them to be adopted. So they're essentially a cat shelter at their house.
Yeah.
Oof.
So you start to head down that road. Like any dude who has more than one cat, chances are he's tried to suck his own dick at some point in his life, and later in life, where you start doing yoga, you start doing things to try to reach the tip of your penis. And
sure,
this is the point in your life where you get that rich, and you try to start sucking your own dick, and you go super left, and it's the Biden thing to me is so strange that first of all, I haven't seen him. They've been hiding that the slogan now that these mock cards are making is Joe Hayden. Nobody's seen him
because we're kind of like we don't know.
We don't know where he is, right?
Yeah.
And then this Tara Reid story is gaining fucking steam, man. You know this, right? This accuser from 1993.
Oh, her name's Tara Reid?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know that, right?
No.
There's going to be a lot of confusion, I have a feeling.
A lot. And she's got enough problems, that Tara Reid.
Yeah.
We don't need those DMs constantly.
Yeah. So this believe all women thing has gained steam. She had filed a report, and she had talked to 20 different colleagues back in 1993. She claims that Biden pinned her up against a wall, made out with her, and then inserted 2 fingers into her vagina, and forcefully, and then said she pushed him off, was like, I thought you liked me. If you tell anybody, I'll fucking ruin you. The usual shit, right?
Sure.
Reported it to like 20 different people, never went anywhere, and was kind of on the fence of taking him down, I guess, at that point, but reported it. Her mom, and this is why the story keeps coming up. That story isn't new, but it came up during when he was running against Bernie, and I'm assuming Bernie's camp tried to reignite that fire on this story. It gained a little steam last week, towards the end of last week, when CNN uncovered footage of her mom on Larry King in 1993 on a call-in show. Called into Larry King and said, I don't know what to do. My daughter, works on Capitol Hill, and she's been assaulted by a very prominent, well-known senator, and we don't know what to do here. Nobody's believing her story, and I'm worried about my daughter, blah, 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 blah. The problem is the mom is now dead. That ran in 1993. Right. That Larry King clip has been running now on a few stations, and it's starting to gain a little traction. Enough so that yesterday, the hashtag Biden dropout was trending #1 for a while. I'm assuming it's Bernie Bros on this one who were doing it, because they still want Bernie in there. Yeah. But then everybody went after Alyssa Milano yesterday and said, believe all women. I don't understand why you're not sticking up for her. You were there for the Kavanaugh case. You were there for the Blasey Ford.
She sat right in the camera.
Right there and said,
time.
believe all women. And she started trending yesterday. And people were raining down fury on Alyssa Milano.
Because she's not believing this person?
Apparently not.
Okay.
Finally, this morning, she released a statement that just said, all right, we should believe all women. We should hear this girl out, this Tara Reid out. And, maybe it is time to share her story and then put hashtag Me Too and the Me Too movement and all that stuff. So, if Democratic celebrities are starting to ask for it, I think this will come up. And I'm assuming behind the scenes, let's face it, probably Trump's team is working overtime to get this to bubble up. But now is too early. I mean, we're only in, the end of April right now, and we're still dealing with the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Wait till this clears up, all the states reopen, we start getting a little closer to election. I think you're going to hear this name pop up over and over and over again. And she's going to do an interview. She's going to go out to the media, and you're going to have this he said, she said back and forth that could taint his shit the same way it did Kavanaugh. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I mean, the eerie part is you do have this phone call from this woman's mom back in 1993 on Larry King. So it's not like the Blasey Ford thing. I don't know where he was. I don't know what he looked like. I don't know who this person is. There's no evidence. She never told anybody. She never did anything.
But we have to be critical of it the same way we were critical of her stuff.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. So what I'm saying is this, right? Because I am in the camp of look, let's hear these people's stories out, both men and women, right? I'm not jumping to believe either or first. I'd like to hear the stories or their side of the story, and then go from there. So I'd be curious to hear it, and I'm sure we will going forward. And with Howard Stern and all these guys, if you're coming out now and saying you're all in for Biden and everything else, he went hard after Kavanaugh. Is he going to have her on the show? Would she do Howard Stern? I don't know. But it's interesting. Mm-hmm. So more and more people are coming out and digging into sides. The other part to this is Michelle Obama is dropping a surprise documentary on Netflix May 8th, I believe.
Okay.
So it's coming up. And no one knew about this. Nobody said anything about this. It's just magically coming out right around the time that one would start to look at their VP candidates and all that shit. I still do not believe she's going to run, but it is very odd timing for her to do this right now.
Yeah.
And the entire documentary is going to be based on she had a camera crew following her around for the book tour for Becoming, because she did these huge arena tours for that book, and it was the highest selling memoir of all time. Mm-hmm. I always get leery of people dropping documentaries this close, like the Hillary thing, the Hillary doc right now, where it was just hey, were you hoping to get back in
Whereas
there?
Mitt Romney's that could have
came
completely changed his entire campaign, dropped so long after that you were just man, I wish I'd seen this before. But yeah.
So do you put it out? Do you put out the doc and then see how it does? And if people flip out, be all right, let's give it a go.
No, I don't think she will.
I don't either.
I think it's an Oprah sitch where people will always ask and she will always say no.
Yeah, she hated,
but she'll give a little, Oprah even sometimes will give a little bit of air to it before she completely shuts it down. So it's this thing of they give a little bit of air to it if it will help whatever other products they have coming out before they completely say, no, I'm not going to, right? So part of her people, her team is let's let people think this for a second. For sure.
Maybe.
And then kind of announce after the documentary so that everybody looks at the documentary just to see and then tell them no. Because you're ultimately going to say no.
I also want to point out, though, the Obamas have a massive deal, an overhead deal with Netflix.
Yes.
So they are going to be, you'll see them as, producers on this film and everything else. It behooves them to put out content because they've got to fulfill this deal. And if memory serves me, I want to say it was like $50 to $75 million deal with Netflix. So you're going to see a lot of their bullshit come out.
Mm-hmm.
I assume this will do really well. I mean, her book was gangbusters, so I'm assuming this will do really well as well.
Yeah.
The only thing, though, is if she really doesn't want to run and they put this doc out and it does well and it explodes, people are going to be calling for it over and over and over again. So it's going to drown out whoever he picks if it's not her, and it's going to take away from his own, candidate. So we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
I'd like to say I love like all the girls in the group.
A lot of ladies.
There's so many.
Yeah.
And boys, I have to say, you're playing very nice with them. I
There
love
we go.
this.
There we go.
Because, we have all of our day ones, Craig, Ruben, Richard,
Brittany C.
Michael Hando, Jacob Nickel, but
Julia Curtis.
and the Hawk. So Brittany C, what up,
Grr.
Danielle, Julia.
We'll give everybody a shout out. Chris Beerworth is in there.
I
Chris,
just think it's
I
like
haven't been able to go to the mailbox, by the
I
way.
think it's
still
awesome.
one in, one out
Danielle.
there. AJ Gamble.
Yeah.
AJ Gamble's
guy-
in here a lot.
look,
Michael Hando.
The guys we know. We
Craggers. Dulesky's in here.
We love you guys.
Everybody. David Wagner.
I have to say, when we first started going
Reed Whites.
live,
Yeah.
when we first started going live, love everyone that was in. It was all guys.
Dudes, yeah. Well,
All dudes.
we should say this. So we have a media company.
For sure.
And it is all under the Drinkin Bros podcast thing. We wanted to make it like a network where you could just
Lauren?
watch different shows, multiple things. I'll be honest with you. We're working on 2 more shows right now. One is an all sports show with John Brinkus. That would be like 3 to 4 times a week on this network. ESPN's Sports Science, John Brinkus. We're working on that as well and trying to flesh that out. It's hard because we don't know when sports are coming back, to be honest with you. Like, that's the hardest part about it. But we are working on that. We are also working on a show with Bert Koontz. So Bert Koontz.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yes.
We
we love Bert Koontz.
I would actually love. I don't know if Candace does podcasts.
She's funny, man.
But she's funny. We're fans of each other, I think.
Yeah.
We've never met.
She's great. She
I
works
would
hard.
love to have her on the show, but I don't know if she does shit like that. She's a fucking like business lady. She's probably working on Q2,
She is.
Q4. Like, I don't know.
Very-
I would love
very
to. I would
smart.
love to get a second with her. She's awesome.
And they've been married for many, many years. And I know
Do
she
you
runs
think if-
all of Bison Union, like the back end of that. Like, she's very smart.
Do you think if I talk to her and I say like Q2, do you think she'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
fellow businesswoman?
If you say Q4, there you go.
Are we in Q4 right
No,
now?
we're not.
We're
but
in Q2, right?
That's you want to have her on during Q4 so that way the sales go up.
Oh,
that's your
okay.
busiest season.
Okay.
That's the
Cool.
holidays are your busiest season.
Cool.
So yeah, we're working on a show with Bert Koontz to be on this network as well. And then look, hopefully the goal is to fill it up like per week, like it's a television network, and just keep running people that you guys love and that we love and that we're fans of, and then
Rihanna.
to keep it going, man. So that's
Yeah,
the
we're excited.
dream.
We're excited.
Last but not least here, Jabes, before we get out of here for the day,
Okay.
sad news to report. Our favorite place, one of our favorite places in LA, closed down permanently. That is Amoeba. So they were at that Sunset location. The rumor is they're going to open up a shop in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard right now. But look, man.
It won't be the same. It'll be nothing of the sort.
Not only
But
it won't be the same, but I don't know how you do it. I read their statement yesterday because they had said they had planned
I
this.
predicted this though.
You did predict this on the show actually, and
I was just like, there's no way with this quarantine. I mean, they were holding on by a thread as it was.
yeah,
And there's nothing they can do online. It's an experience. Like all that
Because-
shit you can get.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's because you used to be able to buy CDs there, DVDs, and now everything is digital. So
Everything is digital, so it's all the experience. So you'll see like VHS of like a movie that you watched when you were a kid,
Yeah.
or like records of random ass shit. And it's just the experience of going there. You always go with friends and you just like go to Amoeba and like check it out. And then they have merch and all like shows. I saw Henry Rollins there. Like it's an experience.
Yeah.
So it's not something that can weather this storm. And that's the kind of shit that's fucking sad. It was probably going to anyways, but I think it probably would have hung on for like, you know what I mean, a little bit longer,
Yeah.
maybe through the summer because that's huge.
Mhm.
But it's just fucking sad because we used to go there all the time.
Yeah, and now that'll probably be, some restaurants, or it'll probably be like a sushi place.
It'll probably be a storage place or a fucking, right?
Yeah, or a car wash.
Or a car wash because that's what everything is now.
Or a high rise of some form of condos that are bright orange, blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
It's sad. It was one of our favorite places, and it's not gonna be there. Their statement was a little different. They just said, "Look, we have over 200 employees, and due to social distancing, the biggest part of going to Amoeba was asking the people and helping you with try to find selections and shit like that." And it's true. Every time I went in there and I needed help with something, everybody who worked there was so knowledgeable about music.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, man, you're going to look in that deep catalog that's in the back," and you're like, "Ah, shit. What up?"
What up?
Yeah, but they're gone. So R.I.P. Amoeba. You were our faves out there. It sucks.
That is fucking...
Sucks. And there's going to be a lot of businesses that are going to start closing like this, and it sucks. The last one to report is, I know I talked about this last week with AMC and Cinemark, and I just said, look, if these numbers for these VOD movies are doing well, it's going to speed up the end of the theatrical experience in going to movie theaters. The very first one just came in, Trolls 2. It made $100 million on video on demand so far, surpassing
$20 though.
Surpassing the original sequel. I mean, the original movie. So the sequel surpassed it, and it was online. And the studio came out today, and they said, "Hey, we're going to go back to the drawing board and start rethinking what movies we're putting in theaters versus on video on demand now." So get ready. It's coming because $100 million in video on demand. And here's the biggest reason behind this, right? Here's why this is a big deal, is the studios are getting 80% of that, 70 or 80% of that. Whereas the theatrical split used to be 50-50, right? The theaters and then them. Hey, man, now they don't have to split it with the theaters. And then that also cuts down to your marketing. So, unfortunately, this is going to speed that process up. And they just moved another one out of theaters, the new Judd Apatow movie with Pete Davidson. That was going to come out in July.
Oh, yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn, or a kid from Brooklyn, or whatever it's called.
It was basically about his life, but yeah.
Is switched out of theaters now and on demand. So that's where you're going to find that one as well. Get ready, kids. And there's going to be a lot of businesses like that, which sucks, man. So I hate to see it. But we'd love to see you with us every single day, right around the noonish time. Subscribe to Drinkin Bros podcast. Turn on the notifications. I know we're shadow banned and all that shit, but turn on the notifications so you get notified when we go live. And Drinkin Broettes is on there, Drinkin Bros podcast, Drinkin Bros sports, and Ross Patterson Revolution. And again, rate us on iTunes. We're only like 38 away from 1,000. Just give us a 5-star on iTunes for Ross Patterson Revolution. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I am Ross Patterson, and this is The Revolution. I'm going to take care of this sunburn, baby.
Baby.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.